Hey, it's Sri here, and in today's video I'm going to talk you through how to cope with the fear of separation. Now before we dive in, I know that going through a separation, it can really create a huge amount of fear, whether that's around the fear of losing your marriage, fear of impacting your family, fear that it'll impact your ability to provide financially, whatever it is. I totally know how tough it is, but I truly want you to know that you can heal. Just like my amazing clients like Angie and Laurie and Holly and so many other women whose transformation is real. So I really want you to make sure you stick around to the very end of this video so you can get the most out of it. And make sure you hit that subscribe button below and click on that bell notification as well so that you get access to my latest videos where I talk you through how to survive from infidelity, manage a separation, and how you can go about learning more about male psychology as well, because this can have a really positive impact on the success of a marriage. Now, as I stated earlier, dealing with a separation is hard enough, but then to manage the emotional fears that we face internally really can add fuel to the fire. Now, fear can truly cripple us, and it impacts how we handle these circumstances. It's easy to act impulsively, but also not take the best action because we're focusing on the worst case scenarios most of the time. And in addition to this, fear results in us not being resourceful. You see, the number one resource that we have in life is emotion. And when we're in a positive emotional state, we make quality decisions. But when we're in a negative state, then we're likely to make poor decisions. And hence, this is why I'm going to explain to you now 3 ways to address fear in your current circumstances. Now, the first is to work with the present, both with your present emotions and your present circumstances. Now, people feel what they feel, but then they judge themselves harshly and feel like they need to come from this loving place immediately. Now, I'm a really big believer that you don't want to disregard your current feelings. I remember years ago I was talking to a friend about a difficult personal relationship I was having, and this person just proceeded to shut down all of my feelings of anger and resentment and just told me, look, you just have to love. That's all you have to do, just love. Now, the thing is that at the time, I was feeling, as I said, huge amounts of anger. And in terms of when I was holding on to that anger, if I was just to shut that part of me down and just try and come from a place of love, it's not going to work. It's not going to allow me to get the best results that I can. You have to work with the present emotions and then heal those, and then you can open the heart to love. From there, you can actually deal with the present circumstances in a much better place. It's a way more effective approach. So heal the present emotions, and from there, you can then come from a more understanding and empathetic and more loving place. But if you just shut down that part of you, it's only just going to lead to more suppression and more problems down the line. Now, the second way to address fear is to understand that things just don't happen overnight. You see, people often fear that the husband is going to file and then he's going to stop paying half of his share of the rent, and then you aren't going to be able to fund the household expenses, and then you won't be able to feed your kids, and then you'll end up on the streets. And if that's what you're feeling, like, I totally get it, and I'm not trying to shut that down at all, but what we have to remember is that you have to take a deep breath. It's not going to just happen overnight. And in all the years I've been working with clients, I've never had anyone who hasn't been able to feed their kids. It's often the fear that is more painful than the circumstances themselves. So you have to remember that this is not about shutting down what you feel. It's about remembering that things won't just happen overnight. So if you can take a slow and steady approach and trust that things are ultimately going to work out in the long run, it means that that fear of things just happening quickly is going to alleviate. It's going to lessen a lot more for you, and you're going to be able to handle things in a much better way. Thirdly, it's about elevating you. You see, often the reason that so many people fear the worst case scenarios that I described in number 2 is because they hold on to beliefs of not being good enough and feeling like the husband is the one that has to create that sense of stability in the household. And I'm telling you now, we're in 2022, and now has never been a better time to work on businesses, gaining employment from home, etc. So you can elevate your ability to survive financially. But also it's about elevating your mindset, knowing that you are enough, just as you are. that you're a strong, independent, amazing woman, that you have the courage to get through all of these difficult scenarios. And as I said before, the right emotions can result in us being resourceful and finding ways to get out of the predicament that you're in right now. Hence, it's really about elevating you and your worth as a person. Now, I know it can be difficult at times to work through your emotions and create the shifts that you want, especially when you're dealing with such a difficult situation in your marriage and your family. And this is the reason why I created my Authentic Relationship System training program, which is an amazing system where I walk my clients through a process where they can heal from infidelity, learn a huge amount of male psychology, and ultimately do the best that they can to save their marriage. It's a truly powerful approach and one that has helped countless women. So if you resonate with my work and you connect with me, then I'd love to be of service to you. So all you need to do is in the description section below, just click on that link which just says book a call with me. Just click on that link, choose a time that works for you, and I'll contact you at the scheduled time, just so I can learn a little bit more about where you're at now, where you want to get to, and how we can bridge that gap in the shortest possible time, and just ultimately see if this is the right fit for you. And I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've liked it, hit the like button below. If you want to get more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. And do let me know what your biggest takeaway is from this video as well. I always love hearing the comments and the questions. So just post them below and I'll respond to every single one of them. And if you want to learn how to deal with mixed messages from your husband, click this video above. And if you want to know the 5 reasons why your husband wants to separate, click this video above. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next video.